now we're just going to feel the suspension, see what I want to do about the clickers. I'm going to go around the yard and mess around real quick. Kind of slippery and muddy today. These leaves are super slippery. Heating up as I warm her up. Careful, it's downhill. These leaves are super sketch. Yep, yeah, it's pretty muddy on the yard today. Just got rain last night, so it is what it is. It's sloppy, slippery everywhere. But looking at my forks, look at where these are at. Like, they're pretty much in the bottom of the stroke. So I just made 2 clicks to stiffen the compression, and now we're gonna find out exactly where it rides in the stroke after that. I don't have to do both, but I'm weird. I will, even though they both go down the same amount. Haven't touched the rebound. Figure that out. Whatever the stock clicker settings are, it's currently what the bike is running, so figure that out. Take a couple more laps. tugs like a motherfucker. My compression helped out major. Might even do it a few more clicks. So I kind of just did some adjustments to the front suspension because it was kind of soft and it was running kind of low in the stroke. So I gave it 2 clicks. And that's how low we're going now. Before we were going about half that. So I think for right now I'm going to see how that does on the trails. And you know, I had a couple drops on my property that I went off and kind of tried to put some weight on the front to kind of see what it would be at full compression. I just gave it the hose down right now with the regular hose, but I'm about to hit it with the pressure sprayer. And just in case you're wondering what I do as far as washing the bike, I use this stuff, VP Power Wash Moto Formula. So you essentially wet the bike down, spray this on everything, and it kind of gets the dirt off, because after a while, especially on your tires, I mean everything, dirt just kind of gets stuck on there. And I like to keep my stuff clean, man. You know, a lot of people leave their stuff dirty. I don't like to leave mud or anything sitting on my bike. I like to have a fresh slate every time, because over time it's just going to build up and, you know, lead to water and rust collecting in places that you don't want it. So that's kind of how I do it. But I'll show you real quick. So pretty much the bike's already wetted down. I just put this all in the nooks and crannies and stuff. Plastics are good, but the pipe and all that, kind of just get all that. That's kind of what I do on this. I'll kind of do the whole bike, just all up in the nooks and crannies. That needs more washing out, so I'll pressure wash that as well. That's the new Bulletproof Designs TPS guard that I put on. Luckily it hasn't been scraped or hit yet, but you never know. Once I go on a real enduro ride again, been riding in my front yard today, so now she's all clean. It's got hit her with the pressure sprayer, had a little bit more mud left in there than I thought. But typically, when washing the bike, I try to stay away from seals and gaskets, directly hitting it with a pressure sprayer. Center of the case right there. That gasket, try to stay away from it. Try to stay away from your exhaust flange. Definitely stay away from your fork seals. You don't want to go too hard on those. You know, just all around the motor and stuff. Be careful with the hoses. You don't want to have too sharp of a point with your pressure sprayer and hurt that. Also, always have a muffler plug, butt plug, whatever you want to call it. I usually try to stay away from my bearings and directly shooting them. But you kind of just want to hit it with a medium angle stream out of your pressure sprayer. You don't want to just have it be on the sharpest. You can start damaging stuff that way. But one thing about these, they have a bunch of nooks and crannies, man. So whenever you think you're done, there's always something else. There's always something in it, I'm sure. You know, so just beware of that. There's always going to be a second once over. Every time. Never all comes out the first time. Especially I just rode in my front yard with a bunch of pine needles, so they get all stuck in here and just bunch up, and I gotta yank them out. And it's a big freaking mess. So yeah, so typically after I do this, I kind of let it dry off a little bit. Then I lube the chain and I put her away until next time I want to abuse the hell out of this thing. So I kind of have a little idle problem. I don't want it to idle as low as it does. And there's a fix to where you can take out the idle set screw and you can put in the mod and you can adjust your idle. Probably gonna do that. It's just annoying having the thing die. So raise the idle a little bit. Sometimes I go down steep downhills, and you know, if you give it a little bit too much brake and it'll hit the clutch soon enough. Sometimes you have that. Sometimes with a higher idle, that'll kind of help that a little bit. But either way, it's kind of annoying having your bike turn off on you. So I have to be doing something about that. So there's a bunch of videos out there. I'll probably make one myself. But yeah, I was just riding around in my front yard. You see, made some adjustments to the compression. Already made a difference. These used to be about half the height that they are, which means it's ride lower in the stroke. I'll probably go a couple more. Really liked how it felt. It felt pretty solid. Didn't lose a lot of its plushness. So, alright, so as far as cleaning the chain goes, I use this stuff right here. Maxima Racing Oil Cleanup Chain Cleaner. On the back it says safer O-rings and all that stuff. So my chain is pretty clean. Kind of pressure sprayed it pretty nice. Just gonna give it a good little coating. It's usually nice to have your bike lifted during this time. It's gonna have free access to the back wheel. They typically say let it sit for like 60 seconds. Use a brush to clean it up. Close enough to a minute. Kind of just run it through like that. Get it from the other side as much as I can. Stuff really sucks for your skin and eyes, so try not to get it on there. It says, I believe it says to rinse it off. That's what I always do. I don't need high pressure to do this. To lower that. Try to get off my rim and all that stuff. A lot of times you're supposed to wait for the chain to dry naturally, but I'm speeding it up because I'm losing sunlight right now. It's getting cold during this time of year when you stay outside. Got some stuff to do and dinner to cook for the kids, so my girl's working late. So we're just using this. Alright, so this is the wax-based stuff, so it's super sticky. Let's do a light coat. Running low. So that should be good. Let's kind of just get it through, and it can make a little bit of a mess, so let's try to get it as evenly on the chain surface as possible. Sounds like it's smooth. You can see it kind of has little webs and stuff, and try to get that out now while we're out. Not my garage, so it ain't leaking everywhere. This stuff definitely makes a mess. I think I'm gonna convert to another type. So that is what that is. I'll show you the type of lube I'm using. So this stuff, the PJ1 Black Label, Performance Vehicle Chain Lube. So typically, take the butt plug out, wipe it all around it. Then I'll give her a start. Yeah, the idle's a tad lower than I'd like. Just to get all the water out. So we know the water's out of there. Whatever is in there is out. Typically with this, you know, get me in there, but I'll do that. This has kind of just been a little test action in the front yard today, and just a little walk through my process of how I wash the bike and what I do before I put it away. A lot of people just leave their bike muddy and put it away. Not really my style. I like to leave everything nice and tidy, so I'm sure I missed something, but it's a little bit harder than washing a car with these things, so mud just gets everywhere, especially if you got a muddy front yard like mine today. So, but yeah, just like, share, and subscribe. If you want to see some more stuff, check out my other videos. Have a good one, guys. See you next time.